Attorney Dino De Leon. Sir, magandang hapon and thank you for joining us, Attorney.
Magandang hapon,
Magandang
Attorney.
hapon,
Attorney.
Amy and Ronald at sa lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig at nanonood.
So, Attorney, tama ho ba? Ito bang itong MR ng prosecutors, is this parang ministerial lamang? Is this standard procedure or are they really intent on pursuing the case? From what you can say.
Masyado na matagal na niloloko ng panel of prosecutors yung sabihin ng Pilipino no, na matter of course ito. Una, hindi matter of course ang political persecution. No? So wag nilang sabihin na matter of course ito. Pangalawa, kahit na isang first-year law student, alam na ang acquittal ay hindi subject sa motion for reconsideration. In fact, explicitly prohibited yan sa ating rules of criminal procedure. Pangatlo, violation ito ng konstitusyon because hindi na nga ito double jeopardy. Pangatlong jeopardy na nga ito kung sakasakali kasi inakita nga nila ito sa Court of Appeals. Imagine in the same case, 2 beses na nag-promulgate ng acquittal itong judge. Tapos imo-motion for reconsideration pa nila, which is a prohibited pleading. I think this is already an abuse of the justice system as they have done in the last 8 years. Ito na ang pinakamahal na frame-up sa Philippine history at kailangan na sigurong singilin itong panel of prosecutors. Kami nga ay nagtataka kasi sinabi mismo ng spokesperson ng Department of Justice na noong binaba supposedly yung kaso, it is not a reversal of the acquittal per se. Pero ngayon, itong panel of prosecutors, para bang hinihingi at sinasabi na reversal ng acquittal. So kami nagtataka, ito bang panel of prosecutors, kaya pang disiplinahin ng Department of Justice? Sila ba ay nagsasalita sa ngalan ng Department of Justice? Nakuha ba nila yung consent ng Prosecutor General when they filed this? As well as clearance from the Office of the Solicitor General, no? Lalong-lalo na hindi lang konstitusyon ang binaviolate nila, hindi lang karapatan nila Laila de Lima, pero para bang inaabuso na talaga yung justice system.
Attorney, nagtataka ba talaga kayo o may nakikita kayong masamang layunin dito sa pagbuhay nitong kaso na ito? Dahil very basic yung mga niraise nyo eh. At bilang mga abogado and prosecutors at that, dapat alam na nila itong mga nire-raise yung basic issues. No? Kaya parang hindi nakakapagtaka na hindi nila alam. Parang merong masamang balakin. Meron ba kayong ganung pagtingin?
Well, sa aming pagtingin, bulag sa poll naman, talaga namang masama ang balak nila kay Laila de Lima. Kaya naman nila pinal itong peking kaso na ito eh. Peke itong kaso na ito. Alam yan ng panel of prosecutors. Alam nila na tinamper nila yung mga ebidensya. Alam nila na yung mga witnesses tinapot ng ilan-ilan sa kanila. Posibleng hindi nila alam ito. At alam rin nila na pare-pareho na libro ang binasa namin at prohibited ang motion for reconsideration no sa isang acquittal. So alam nila ito. So itong palabas na ito, matagal na masyadong pinapahaba na palabas ng prosecutors, no. Matagal na ring pinagbigyan sila ni Congresswoman-elect Laila de Lima, pero mukhang sa pagkakataong ito sobra-sobra na sila at napipilitan na kaming pag-aralan ang pwedeng i-file na kaso dito sa panel of prosecutors na ito. Nagkataon pa na si Congressman-elect Laila de Lima, isang prosecutor doon sa impeachment trial at siguradong at congressman-elect na siya ngayon. No? So hanggang ngayon, sinusubukan pa rin patahimikin ng Davao Mafia, ng Davao Group at ng mga Duterte, si Laila de Lima. Ano ba talagang kinakatakot nila kay Laila de Lima? Alam ba nila na hindi titigil si Laila de Lima sa pag-pursue ng justice at making sure that they will be held accountable for all their misgivings to the Filipino people?
Did I hear it right, Attorney? Nabanggit nyo kasi, Attorney, balak nyo sampahan ng kaso, itong mga prosecutor, tapos nabanggit nyo rin na may hand ang mga Duterte dito sa kasong ito. Ibig sabihin, ina-assume nyo na itong mga prosecutor ay impluensyado ng mga Duterte?
Well, matagal na yan ang theory, no? Alam niyo po, matagal na naman ang mga inappoint dito na mga panel of prosecutors yung talaga ba namang publicly or yan sila, di ba, sila prosecutor, let's say for example, Darwin Cañete. Ito yung mga publicly vloggers pa nga ito na nagsusupport kay Rodrigo Duterte, no? So malinaw sa amin na ito ay continuously persecution ni Laila de Lima ng Duterte group, no? Sila pa rin naman yung panel of prosecutors na na-appoint nung panahon pa ni Rodrigo Duterte, no? So kami naniniwala na ito ay continuation lamang ng game plan ng Davao Group at ni Rodrigo Duterte at ng pamilya Duterte.
Attorney, hindi ko nabasa yung detalye nung petition nila for yung motion. May nakita ba kayo, I'm sure you've read it, may nakita ba kayo na bago silang argument or are they presenting any new evidence para lang to merit the motion?
Well,
wala. Lahat ito narinig na, no? Lahat ito paulit-ulit na. Alam mo, in this country, Amy, there should be an end to litigation, no? Nung unang-una pa nilang pinakita itong kwentong barbero, kwentong kutsero nila at inventong kaso nila, novel pa eh. Pero yung inakwit na si Laila de Lima isang beses, inakwit si Laila de Lima pangalawang beses, inakwit si Laila de Lima pangatlong beses, na-dismiss na lahat, inakyat nila sa Court of Appeals, inakwit pa ulit siya pang-apat na beses, tapos gusto pa nila ng panlima. Ano ba naman itong kwentong kutsero na ito? Masyado nang mahaba yung pisi na binigay natin sa kwento na ito, no? Kahit na ano pang partido mo, ano pang political affiliation mo, anong paniniwala mo, isa lang ang justice system natin.
Well,
at dapat there should be an end to litigation in this country.
Well, actually, let's go through their arguments. Attorney, this is a Reg pala. It's interesting to me to hear you talk about, to say that this constitutes grave abuse of the judicial system. Kasi that's exactly what they're accusing you of as well, right? So, for instance, with the acquittal, on two grounds. Number one is they said that the recanted testimony of Ragos is deemed unreliable. This is, according to their motion, this is a basic acceptable principle in law that recantation is not as reliable as an actual testimony. And the other being that they said there are other pieces of evidence to support, or rather to prove, the crimes being charged against her. For instance, there are other witnesses to corroborate the Ragos' testimony against Congresswoman De Lima. So their overall argument being that the Muntinlupa RTC was remiss and erred in deciding in upholding the acquittal because it overlooked all of these 2 points. So what is your response to that?
Siguro gusto ko lang sabihin, no, na medyo nakakatawa kasi sinasabi nila bago ito pero lumang tugtugin na eh. Ang sinasabi nila, sila nagsabi na si Ragos ang star witness nila. In fact, si Ragos lang ang kaisa-isang link dito sa kasong ito doon sa supposedly flow of money. No? Sa kasong ito, supposedly conspiracy to commit drug trading, walang drogang pinakita. Walang trail of money na nalinking Laila de Lima except itong sinasabi ni Ragos. At sinabi nila, si Ragos as trustworthy, star witness nila. Ngayon, nung star witness nila, sinabi na sinungaling siya, sasabihin nila hindi na siya trustworthy. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Totoo, ano totoo? Trustworthy ba si Ragos or hindi? That's first. Second, yung sinasabi nilang kinocorroborate yung testimony ni Ragos. Ang corroboratory evidence lang is si Ablen in this particular case, di ba? At ang kwento nila, nakakatawa. Nagising daw si Ragos, who was then OIC chief sa Bucor, isang araw, sa quarters niya, sa loob ng kulungan, biglang meron na lang box ng pera sa tabi niya, may anonymous phone call na hindi niya kilala kung sino, at sinabi raw, ibigay yung pera na yung kay Laila de Lima. And then, hindi pa natin alam kung yung process na yun galing sa drug trading, at all of a sudden, itong head ng Bucor, sinunod yung anonymous phone call, dinala yung pera kay Laila de Lima. Ngayon, ang corroboration doon, si Ablen. No? Na yung star witness, sinasabi mismo, hindi totoo. At ang nag-corroborate nung story na lahat sila ay tinakot, halos lahat na ng mga star witnesses, katulad supposedly ni Kerwin Espinosa, katulad supposedly ni Ronnie Dayan, tinakot daw sila lahat. Ito ang consistent sa kaso na ito, yung pananakot ng Duterte administration. And let's remind ourselves that this is under the context na malawakan ng patayan. This is under the context during the Duterte administration na all members of the opposition kinakasuhan at pinapatahimik kahit na mga kaparian, kahit na mga aktivista, at pinapatay ang 66 na abogado. No? Ito yung konteksto ng kasong ito. So, hindi pwedeng sabihin lang nila na credible si Ragos only once in his life, pero hindi na siya credible na nililikan siya. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Pero di ba, attorney, hindi lang na to double jeopardy, triple jeopardy na to eh. Di ba nalabag na yan? Di ba? From a perspective ng hindi learned, no? parang hindi lang to double, triple jeopardy na to eh.
Ronald, nakakatawa na nga eh. Wala na nga respeto sa rules of criminal procedure. Wala na rin respeto sa constitution mismo na natin, sa saligang batas. Ano pa ba nire-respeto ng panel of prosecutors na ito? No? This is clearly a violation of our oath. This is, to us, prosecutorial misconduct. And they're leaving Senator Laila de Lima without any other recourse, but to, of course, already pursue charges against them. Sobra na yung pang-aabuso nila sa ating justice system.
Well, actually, a couple of weeks ago, we spoke to Senator Congresswoman de Lima, and she said that you guys are getting ready to file charges for
Wrongful prosecution.
Wrongful prosecution, I should say. Kamusta na po? Are you filing soon? When can we expect it?
In due course, no. In the next a couple of days until next week, no. We're in our final stages of our review. Ang unang-una supposedly doon si Vitaliano Aguirre, no. At yun yung nakadraft as it is right now. Pero considering the behavior of these prosecutors as well, kasama naman talaga sila sa mga it appears na nagpa-persecute kay Laila de Lima at taga-abuso na ating justice system. Definitely, sa piniprepare po namin ay kasama rin po.
Attorney
Sir,
Edwin Gao,
pahabol sir. Sabi niyo
parusa?
kasi, when you're talking about the prosecutor, sabi niyo kasi, peke ang kasong ito, alam nila yan, they tampered with the evidence, and witnesses were scared by some of them. When you said tampering of evidence and witnesses being scared, were you referring to the prosecutors doing that? Or were you referring to the Duterte camp doing that?
Ang sinasabi po namin, batay lamang doon sa sinasabi ni Rafael Ragos mismo na siya ay tinakot mismo ni DOJ Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre. No? At hindi kami naniniwala na walang ideya dito ang panel of prosecutors. No? Pero ang directly implicated based ng mga witnesses mismo ay si Vitaliano Aguirre. So I am not the one who's accusing. This is contained in the testimony of Rafael Ragos when he testified in open court and his affidavit of recantation. Ang sinasabi ko lang, hindi ako naniniwala, ako lang to, na walang kaalam-alam ang prosecution na yung kwento nila far from the truth, incredible, at saka kitang-kita na inconsistent with each other. No? At hindi rin ako naniniwala na hindi nila alam na right from the very start, si Ragos, sinabihan sila. Kasi sinabi mismo ni Ragos sa kanyang testimonya, sinabi niya doon sa handling prosecutors niya, sa panel prosecutors, na hindi totoo yung sinasabi.
Tatanungin ko sana si Learned Edwin Gao eh.
Ano
bang parusa sa wrongful prosecution?
Sorry. Let's go, Ami.
Iba na yung iba na yung head ngayon ng Department of Justice eh. Sa tingin niyo alam nila yon, sila Secretary, siyempre, yung Prosecutor General and the Secretary of Justice, kapag ganitong klaseng kaso, it's high profile. Dapat at least may busina dyan, di ba? Sa tingin nyo na businahan sila, alam nila to.
Nagtataka kami kung bakit. Kasi sa aming palagay, at least sa aming pagkakaalam is this administration is no longer weaponizing the justice system.
Yeah.
So, yan ang aming pagkakaalam. No? So kung alam pa ito ng Secretary of Justice at the Prosecutor General, hindi ko makasasagot yan. I'm not privy to that information. Pero sa aming pagkakaalam, supposedly, ang declaration nitong administration na to is ibang-iba sila sa administrasyon ni Rodrigo Duterte. Re-respetuhin nila ang rule of law. No? At kung ganon, at yun yung pronouncements ng DOJ Secretary at yun din ang sinabi ng kanilang spokesperson, siguro ang kailangan tanungin, nabusinahan man lang ba sila panel prosecutors na ito? O ito pa panel of prosecutors sa isang renegade group all appointed by Duterte appointees in the administration of Rodrigo Duterte.
I think that's a good place to end this interview. Thank you so much for joining Storycon today. Attorney Tino De Leon, lawyer to ML Party List, Congresswoman Laila de Lima.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Attorney.